for the advertisement to go through because ad block hates me. But it's okay. Twitch ads are usually really really fast. There we go.
Relatively, yeah.
And then I will switch scenes, and I will fix these and also fix the microphone. I did see that in chat. I'm just taking a minute to find out what teams these are. You said it was.
I've turned mine up as well, so let me know how that ends up going.
What are these two teams?
It is Soup versus.
Is it Steve's team?
No, it's Basleals.
No, the other team. I know Soup is Baz's team.
Let me find it. I can't. It might be Steve's team. Let me take a.
Yes, it is, because I just saw Porosity die.
Okay, yeah. So that'll be. I'm gonna have to say this name, but DickSharks. It's DickSharks versus Soup. Never thought I'd see a match like this, but you know what? We're doing it, boys. As the first push is ended up going out right now, and getting taken down really low by the Sharks, which is now their official name at this point.
Yep.
And does end up missing it by a sliver. 2 people are down, but they only got a 10 power lead, and it looks like they're trying to go really aggressive onto this point now. So getting chunked down to about a quarter health, and might be able to talk much about their team comp, but they're now a bracket ahead and disengaging. So if you want to touch on that, Wolfie.
I will in a minute. Dude, manage this is really hard actually, just to like kind of manage like being your own production crew. It's really difficult.
No problem. I'll take care of some. I'll go ahead and go touch it a little bit over on their team.
No
so a pretty
problem.
standard comp on Soup's side, which is going to be running the 2-range DPS, a support, which being Badasi, Ramsey as their assassin, and Margrave as their front line. Secondary on the Sharks is going to be Bowden as their kind of pseudo range support. Porosity on Woo, Margrave, HK, and Uncle Spin as a fight's going on right now. Flame on, hitting only one person, so it's not getting that much damage on. And HK just chilling up at the front, just getting a little bit of damage in. Just trying to get a little bit of mortar out. And this is normally standard when it comes to a Gus Ream match. You're going to see a little bit of poking and competitive play. It's mainly going to come down to whoever has that D point, as Wasabi Widow is down at the bottom playing the Vidasi in a pretty awkward situation now, but they're going to throw in a lot of focus and energy on there, but taken down to about 25% health. I believe she used her focus at this point really low, and they end up getting a kill onto Soup's side. It's now 90-60. Only one more kill is going to get it, and it looks like Beckett does end up taking out the Margrave at this point to give Soup their first push in the second run.
Yeah, this is it's really interesting to see Wasabi, because I know that she's a great Vidasi. Like she's a really good Vidasi player, and I think it was kind of a bait and switch kind of situation going on there, because she was really low. But if she did have her focus, or if she had her she has increased healing, I'm not entirely sure yet. But they just kind of funneled in and completely took down the Sharks. They funneled into that point between the cliff and the cactus and just got melted by the Charnock AoE, gave them that push immediately. But they're kind of trying to hold their own here, pressure into the C point. But Soup is just holding on the best as they can, doing a lot of damage from the Charnock. The pull comes out, though, and he does not get out. He gets taken down immediately.
Ends up using the double jump. Accidentally back into him. Regalia Gaming getting taken down really low. One more shot. The happy feet on Beckett ends up surviving, but she's not out of the woods yet, as Bowden coming out of the woods to take her out. 2 puns in one. I couldn't stop myself at that point.
Clearly.
But it is a 10 power lead for the Sharks end.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like you said earlier, this is just the way that that Ghost Reef works sometimes. It's just like kind of firefights back and forth. getting range, getting a few pulls with the Wutong, or getting a nice couple engages with the Margrave leaps, and then just doing what you can.
As Margrave did get pulled at that point? No, Ramsey actually went into that fight. And it looks like Charnock is getting pushed out by trying to push out the Charnock, getting into a better position at this point. And yeah, it looks like there's a fight is going on, but we can't see what's going on as Ramsey is taking down about half health. 25% on Margrave. Swarm is coming out, doing a lot of damage, but not finishing off any kills. HK getting really low on the Sharks end. And looks like they're just going to back out, retreat, and reset as Woog ends up queuing, trying to hit somebody. A good pull onto the Margrave, but may not have been a good choice. Yeah, as he's pretty tanky to disengage. Yeah, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Right now, Soup is just trying really hard to kind of gain that 10 power lead, but it doesn't look like it's working well for them as the Voden does fall. And Charnock is really low right now, getting a little healing from Vadasi, but it's he's kind of here in a dangerous situation, especially not with any cooldowns up. But now they're behind by 20. D is coming up, and they need to do something. They need to have a good engage, and they need to be able to stick into the firefight. Airstrike comes out. Flame On comes out. A good amount of damage onto the enemy team, trying to deter them away from the D point. But it doesn't seem like any kills are going out right now. All they really got is the obelisk. And if they manage to get this point, it would actually work really well for them.
Getting taken out so low ends up getting the kill. And now they're gonna try. They're gonna try and get the channel off. The mortar does end up stopping, and didn't want you to run out of breath just yet. That's why I took over. 75% health on Uncle Sven as he tries to back up right now, and looks like it might actually go to Sharks at this point. But yeah, they do get the push, but it is 100 shield. That does not matter because the health is so low onto Soup. Sharks are going to get the first their first win to the game to make the game even.
Yeah, absolutely. So at this point, what Soup needs to be doing, they need to either be upgrading their creatures, or upgrading and defending their creatures, or they need to be engaging to put some pressure. And it looks like they're opting to choose to put some pressure just to get that early kill onto C. Maybe even going as far as G. I'm not sure if this is a good decision. They can't get collapsed on if they
Sharks took out C at this point. They have an obelisk on there.
Oh yeah, they upgrade that immediately to an adult. But now the question is, will Soup be able to get out of here now that they have gained a 10 power lead?
Focus. Tongue barely misses the Vadasi, but the HK or this Charnock is going to be able to, or Margrave is going to be able to get the spam cripple on him. It's really low. Charnock trying to get back, but Wu doesn't see it, but he's looking for another person as he ends up taking out the Ramsey. 2 people now down, and they upgraded the adult obelisk. And this is what I like to see. Just the aggression on Sharks right now is really strong.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a good plan, like in theory, but if they were able to get out, it would have made it a lot better. And especially if they didn't retreat to C when they should have been able to notice that it was in an obelisk. It was not their point. And right now they really have to work to try and regain what they just lost and maybe get C point back up. I feel like it would have been safer just to upgrade the creatures to adults and to defend them. That way they would have faster power collection. But they are behind an entire bracket, and it could bite them in the butt. The Sharks coming in, they're feeding right now. Feeding towards in a good way, not feeding the enemy team.
Oh, they're having a feast on Soup tonight. That's for sure. No Sharks on the menu tonight.
Oh man!
As now they're trying to go in right now because this E point is now going to be the push for Sharks, doing a good job to disengage them from that fight. And it's channeling. There it is. There's the push for Sharks as it's an 80-100 push. They're looking to just continuously fight as the Ramsey is really low right now. Wu is looking onto the Beckett to aggress onto Grin. Get a good chunk of damage on there. He wants to help out the Sharks as well. Regalia Gaming ends up falling onto due to the Wu. And now HH just getting damage and just not regaining his health as now he just sits there, accepts that he is down. And they're going to be able to get this wound potentially.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was again. It's more of a thing that if you have the plan, it doesn't matter if it sounds good on paper. You need to actually be able to perform it. You know, Soup went in. They were trying to disrupt that E creature so it didn't capture. They were trying to get kills so they could make up the deficit of the lost power somewhere along the race, and it just didn't work for them. You know, they're trying to regain this point. They do end up getting 2 kills, and if they're in a good position, they can actually probably get a third.
As
Yeah, HK does go down. The Bloomer might also fall as well, but they are going to they are pushing them back somehow. The Sven and the Margrave are enough to push back 5 members with a Vidasi. I'm not entirely sure how that works.
It's a scary combo. You never know. but
they did end up getting ahead right there, and you know, seeing 3 upgrades, or sorry, seeing 3 focuses on the allied team right now, I would really like them to upgrade another creature, or any creature. You know, those adult creatures are very, very vital at sometimes to get the faster power, but they're actually just going to go rush F. I'm not entirely sure if this is a good idea. Charnock's already used his escape. He does have Flame on ready, but there it is.
Backline's really low. Hits 3 people on the Sharks, but ends up falling. That stationary focus does end up getting him bursted down really hard, unfortunately, as Ramsey and Margrave are still in this. 25% health on Jukum. He's going to go down quickly. Question mark. Does end up taken out by Voden. A double kill going out for Voden, as Wasabi Widow on the Vidasi ends up going down. Regalia Gaming getting poked down, 25% health, 50. Ends up using the sprint, the rocket pack to disengage. Everybody's so low in this fight, they are not going to be able to defend C, as now they end up getting it, and the summoned creature on E, the adult creature, gives them the eat quick 100 push.
Yeah, I'm really confused about that play. They were ahead by a bracket, and it was only going to B and C. You know, if they just sit back and defended what they had, they probably would have gotten that push. You know, and now this might actually be the end of the game unless they can pull a really clutch defense, but they don't have any focus abilities ready to help them. Steve coming in first, just doing whatever little damage he can on Sven, being mostly a distraction. Hot Hill coming out, doing a lot of damage, but they're doing a lot of damage to the wound. 5 seconds left. They might be able to defend this, actually.
It's really close. There's the shield. It's going to end up securing them the safe. Yeah, they have one more round to keep it together, and now they end up picking a kill, but looks like they ended up trading, because it's now a even kill for even score, 10-10 for Soup and Sharks.
Yeah,
they're now pushing it. They're now pushing into the E point right now. Regalia Gaming getting taken down really low, ends up falling as well. 2 people getting hit by these stun. Ground and pound on all 4 members of Soup. Charnock's 25% health. It's going to be healed up by Vidasi, and no more kills are going to happen. And as quick as that happened, not too much happened. They disengaged a push on the E, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a miscommunication. The allied Beckett kind of went into the E point a little earlier than everyone else, and she just got kind of focused down. You know, the combination of the Wu Tongue, the possible Sven CC if he has slow, I'm not entirely sure, and of course the Margrave stun and the mortars. It's just a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage that Beckett can't take the brunt of, and she paid for it. That put them down by 10, and it looks like they're doing the same thing. You know, Beckett once again going a little too far forward by herself, and she pays for it. Now down by an entire bracket, and they can't afford this right now. It will come down to D point again, but even if Soup does get D, it's still only 90-90. It's going to come down to who gets who gets a kill, or if it rotates back, the E creature, being an adult, will capture the power first.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to get some more stuff set up. If you want to take over real quick, continue taking over.
Yeah, go ahead. So they do end up getting a kill. It looked like the natural roots came out from the enemy Voden, just put down Margrave, got him low and killed him. But they do pick up 2 kills on the enemy team. They're kind of forcing them to try to stay here in the E point to make sure that they don't do any damage. Lizard Wizard to the clone right there, the Voden clone, kind of tricking out the Charnock, and the wound did take some impact damage, but it doesn't look like anyone's there to fight it right now. Actually, as I say that, Beckett comes in, completely destroys them, and that will be a victory for DickSharks. I don't want to say that out loud, but that's what happened.
We'll just say Sharks just for the sake of being safe. We don't know what's acceptable around here. We were just told, hey, you should do